Detecting talk of the day, Thursday, April the 25th, 6:20 a.m. Central Daylight Savings Time. And some of you all may have been watching my videos, and I put a couple of comments in those videos where you can use this ground balance button on that Deus 2 to check a target. Okay. You can use full tones and do this. I've been out here this morning after giving it a little thought. You can also use, now I've not looked at pitch tones, and what I'm going to show in this video may apply to it. The pitch tones is not going to do anything for you because you're not going to have a different tone sound with different conductivity level of, mixed in, lower conductor masking. Okay, that's what this is for. This is not to hunt with. This is to check a target. Alright? So you can use 3, 4, and 5 tones. You wouldn't probably want to use 3 because you're going to have to use one of your tone bends to do what I'm going to show you here, okay? I'm in 5 tone sensitive program. Okay, I'll show you here. Maybe you can see this in this camera. Okay, now you see my notch. Alright, so if I was going to go hunt an old site full of modern trash, that's what the old sharpshooter might run. I might run it down to 77 or 8 or 9 even, okay? So don't worry about the silencer. We're going into 5 tones here. Alright, you see what I've done there? That's the iron range over there. You see that. Number 2. See it right there? I brought the second bend all the way back to the number 7. Okay? And dial the volume to 0. Alright, now I'm going to exit here. Okay? Now I'm sweeping this nail. Now this is regular silencer 1 with a 6.8 disc. So you hear your iron tone, which is adjustable for you to hunt with through the main menu here, okay? For volume. And I'm going to hold that button. Watch what happens. You hear a little snap, crackle, pop. But that's all right. You're not going to hunt with this. You're going to check a target, okay? Now, when you set this up, your next tone is going to be what I would consider your low conductive trash. Some fall, you might want to run that up to like about 50. Okay. See, when you come down here, your tone 1 is your iron. Okay, that's the one I've zeroed out, and I brought it all the way back to the number 7. Alright, that one right there. See how I've got that set low? Because I want to hear that foil. Now, volume on it's at 10. Okay? Now, remember my notch in the machine? 8 through 80. Okay? Over that nail, you hear iron tone. When I mash that button, we don't get anything, maybe a little crackling, but we don't hear any tone. Now remember, when you hunt with this machine, you would know if you've heard iron tone before you check a target. So you would figure that into your calculations, on what maybe the ID, tonal signature, whatever, that could be affecting it. Okay, now I'm in 24 max frequency speed 1 sensitive program. You see that little fall and you see that dime. Now I'm still in the 5-tone setup here. You see my ID? So I've come on that target in a while. Alright, I'm going to mash my ground balance button. Listen. Hear that? So that's sharpshooter's cue there. Masking. Good chance whatever's down there reads higher than 81. Now, I can't say how high. In that case there, it happens to be a clad dime. Hear that? Still got that button in. See the screen? You don't get any visual. Alright, I'm going to turn it off. see that ID in that window, okay? Now, what I will do just to show you some beginners with this machine, I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to take this notch out. Now, you heard it hit that dial reading to 81. Okay, so now there's no notch. This machine's going to come basically with no notch in this program. So what happened in the wild if you swept over that? What would you hear? See what I'm saying? You got a meter jumping every which way. You do hear the high tone, but you don't see many 80s. You see a lot of 71s. Every now and then you might see a 80. See, you could use this, what I'm showing, even running no notch. If I come over that in the wild, I'm like, well, I'm getting some high tone there. All right, well, I can mash the button again if I wanted to. But I like using this running notch. Let the notch be my bird dog to kill targets. Okay, now I'm going to come back over here just to show you. Okay, we're going to go back. And I'm just going to leave the notch alone. Okay, I'm going back down here to 5 tones. Now you see what I've done there. Right there. See that right there? I backed that up. Backed it all the way back to that number 7. Now you can back it probably to number 8 and it would be alright. I'm going to let that back out. Or actually, no, I'm going to put it back. Okay, so now it's still at 7. I'm going to transition over here. You see right there where I zeroed that volume? I'm going to put the volume to her. Alright? Exit. Exit. Sweep over the nail. Iron tone. Now I'm going to mash my ground balance button. You hear that? That ain't worth a shit. Okay? So you do like I said here, and you could use, you probably wouldn't want to use 3 tones because you're going to, you won't have but one bend left between your iron tone and doing what I'm doing here. So you could use 4 tones or 5 tones if you like that better. Okay, let me turn this camera off. Okay, I believe that's going to do it. The only thing I would comment on, now people hunting in relic sites and stuff, it's understandable they might be running full tones. They might be wanting to run the offset up. If I was running full tones on this machine, I probably wouldn't want to run the offset more than 5. Because I think that's going to drive the pitch you're going to get somewhat on some of your smaller conductors when you're checking targets. If you were looking for high conductors in a polluted site, but now you can do your own experiments, okay? Never mind that gadget there, okay? That's going to conclude the video. I hope you have a nice day.